Episode 137, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting out a bit early this day because, as we know, Tommy Tank is Team TNT. The only thing that Pulte is a platform for, Marto, is for the two idiots to the left and the right of me, or to the bottom left. Tone and Taz, boys, tonight you kick off round one in another shit game that the Tigers will absolutely destroy the Blues, and the Blues will be all full of false hope. Marto, an absolute joke that this is a game that kicks off the AFL for the last 10 years.
Every bloody year, it's the same thing. Round one, Thursday night, Tigers Carlton. What the?
Yeah, 90,000 people at the G. Who cares?
It's called a tradition, Marto. You know, something that, that's just the Melbourne Cup. Like
Dr. Jeff Edison,
the grand final. Pezza wants
tried to
change
implement a
the
lot
time
of
of the
traditions
day.
up there in Sydney, mate. Don't worry about that. Tez?
How are you, fellas? It's always good to be reunited with TNT. And I just hang on. Let me finish. I just want to say something about the football.
Just speed up, mate.
Okay.
Go to Netflix. You can put it up to 1.25, brother.
All right. Let me just say something. Okay. You're bagging Carlton. 90,000 will be there at North Melbourne versus West Coast. You'd be lucky to get 3 people. Okay. So that's why we're round one. Having said that, the other thing about round one, North Melbourne will not win this week. They will go 1-15 from round one. Thank you very much. You might as well play Preston in the VFA. That's how much you've got a chance. Anyway, it's always great to be here. Thank you.
90,000 off tonight. I'm being a bit facetious there, Marto. I know you're a Sydney man. I'm a North boy. You got a Carlton flog and then a Tommy Tank and Tony fucking Tiger fucking. We won.
Fucking Tigers. Yes.
The only fucking colours they know are yellow and black.
Tone, they're full of it. You know what they don't realise, Tone? They're the homeless and the one that got evicted. Yet we are still traditional. So the evicted team out of Victoria and the homeless team out of Victoria. That's who you are. Sydney, evicted, South Melbourne, out of Victoria. Get out. You're not good enough for us. Get out. Get out. Get out. We don't want you. Get out of here.
Like you said, 95,000 people attend the ground. Millions of people watch from all over the country, and it's just a sign that the footy's back, and we're all happy to see it. So let's get on with it,
Marto. Let's go.
Absolutely.
And I'll just say, I like to say, the only thing that Carlton's won in the from 1995 is about 17 wooden spoons.
Yeah, and still not as many as North Melbourne, but that's okay.
Hashtag 1999 flog.
Hashtag what?
What?
Hashtag Alistair Clarkson.
That's when we oh shit. Don't mention the war. Alistair. Alistair. Oh. Episode 136 is an absolute nightmare, Tone. Daytona was pumping until it spun out and hit the wall.
Yes, that it did. I mean, it was always a roughie because the favourite was always going to win, but you know, it was up there for a bit, but when push comes to shove, the big donk just seized up in the redneck runner.
Do you remember who was on it?
Oh, probably Tyler Schiller, I think.
I think now you've tipped Tyler twice now for absolute busted. So is he in the Clipper?
You're the problem there.
No, he will probably get one more chance because I don't think it was his fault on Saturday. I think it just didn't have it. I can't blame him.
Okay.
I'm not going to blame him.
Tyler's gone backwards ever since Pezza said he was superb.
Yeah,
that's what I've noticed.
Yeah, I think
it's like you put poison on him.
Zach Lloyd's come back.
The same.
Dylan Gibbons has come back, and Tyler's sort of gone beneath him. But, Pez's ruthless game on the quick backup, no good. She pulled out the run home hard, but she just didn't have any. I think she was burnt out the week before. So it was great tipping from Pez. The Greek Freak was going for a hat-trick with late Titicaca. What a name. Absolutely crunched in the market, Daz.
Yeah, look, as I said, there's a mole within Pulte. Word gets out. Best bet of the day. Once I saw that sports bet best bet of the day, I panicked. And, jumped, led, but wasn't a place to be, actually. Was in the wrong lane. And
Marto doesn't like the best bets of the day on sports bet. No.
They're great lay bets.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
But anyway,
Yeah, and again,
That's
Marto really close with Papillion Klopp. Just got caught on the line.
Jesus, 100 to go. I thought, yeah, we're in here. 75 to go. I thought, we're home. 50 to go. We're in front. And then, oh my God, this bloody revolutionary miss comes to pokes its nose in front. We missed by what was a short head at the line.
That was Tone's poison. Remember, he's going about revolutionary mid.
I've been tipping that forever, for weeks and weeks, and then finally wins, but at a price I didn't want it to win at. I would rather it won when it was 10, 12, 25 to 1, but, you know.
Similar to a Munmahek.
Yeah, Munmahek finally won too, didn't it? Gee, how does it open up at $2.30 on Saturday, though, Munmahek?
Yeah, can't have it at that price.
Good, was it? But it was all right. But,
no, it wasn't.
Another good second. And, of course, we got the quad who had 3 out of 4 legs, which is a fucking miracle. We've got Tone, who's the best wanker of the group we've ever seen. He runs at about fucking 90% as a wanker. And then, bang, nothing.
Nothing.
Barney was very upset. I got a message about you. Would you like me to read it?
Barney will have me evicted. He'll have me, what's his name, deported from Japan to Siberia, probably.
Yeah. Basically, it was sort of like Carlton support. It was sort of like, gee, Tone's a flog in here that he didn't have a $4 favourite in his numbers. And I was like, yeah.
I can't believe that every statement you say is Carlton related. You are obviously demonstrating and just reiterating and reinforcing that you are a Carlton man.
Oh,
seriously.
The boss. Well, you tried the bias in the 80s, so
well, and the only reason you wear North Melbourne apparel is because you can't afford Carlton apparel, because the homeless stuff you get cheaper.
Now we're Puma.
It's on special, isn't it?
Got Puma now.
Yeah, he's got Puma. Yeah,
Hawthorn sponsor.
That's right. Yeah. Puma supplied directly through opportunity shops throughout Victoria.
So we go straight to the we go straight to the All-Star Mile, the big race in Moonee Valley at Death Valley. And who can't remember 2 years ago when, what was it? Mugger 2 on a bloody shocking track, Marto. Do you remember the rain come down?
That was terrible.
And Mugger 2 just lapped it up because Mugger 2, it's never won again, the horse. And never got that track again because it was an absolute skating rink. I remember the rain fell and everyone was slipping and sliding. They were thinking about cancelling the race, Marto. They popped it back a race, trying to beat the storm, but mate, unbelievable around the corner. I forget the horse that was second. You remember the horse that was second?
It's going to be 35 this Saturday.
35?
Nobody remembers second.
35 degrees, I think. It's going to be on Saturday. So
still remember
from one extreme to the other.
Yeah. Anyway, Pez, of course, Pez, he loves a favourite. Hashtag Naval Blood on Wednesday. What a win. $1.80. Bang. Boosted to $1.95.
Well done.
Thanks, mate. At least when I back favourites, don't they win? Hashtag nature strip.
You back them long odds on too.
I'm on Alligator Blood because I've got a bonus bet of $50 from Ladbrokes that's been waiting for about a month. So I can't get off because I'm only cheering my bonus bet home. Go the Blood. And every time I back it loses. So everybody put a line through Alligator Blood. I've just cost you the race this week. Tone and Marto, interesting.
Again.
Hang on a minute.
Oh, no. Can it win, Marto? Can it win?
Tone and Marto, they just love piggybacking. They just, oh, wow.
Yeah. I feel like the third wheel. TNT's back, but I feel like I'm the third wheel again.
Team.
Am I just there to be used and abused?
Jeez, Tone.
Well, as they say, it's one of two things. Great minds never differ, or what is it? No, dumb minds never differ. Great minds think alike. So it's one or the other. Probably the latter.
Probably.
I find it interesting. I can understand you going. I think you know what it is. You've gone for it because of the Tasmanian connection. Yeah. Marto's gone for it because of the New Zealand connection.
Right.
Basically,
right.
Good luck to you both.
Now, a lot of my mates are gay, Taz, and I love a homosexual. For me personally, I think men do it better. A man.
They do.
A great mate of mine, Matty Landy, always used to say, a man knows what a man wants, but fair dinkum, it's got a bit of G-A-Y written all over it, hasn't it, Tone and Marto? The inevitable.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think what they need is someone in the middle there to go skiing.
The old
I
sign.
think so.
Well,
I think we need the third one. Who's the third man in?
Avril, Tommy Hanlon's gone. She's a belter. Very unlucky last start. And Pikey's come over to ride at Pikey. So Damien's been kicked off after you said he's pulled it up twice. And Pikey's on. Beautiful.
Very, very
Backing
open
up
race.
after a
Anything
week.
can happen, and she's a belter with 59.5 kilos.
Hmm.
And all the boys are giving her, what is it, 5 kilos a piece. So
Yeah.
big chance. Big chance.
And then, of course, I'm Thunderstruck, Tassie.
Absolutely. I love the way that this race is going to map, and it's going to map perfectly for Thunderstruck. 1,600 Mooney Valley will suit it. Yes, it's been a little bit costly early on, hasn't run up to it, but now the price is right.
It's got to be
Alligator
fit
Blood
now. It's
gets
got to be
out in
fit
front.
now. Marto,
Oh, look, Alligator Blood will probably want to get out the front. They reckon Miss Brightside's going to map closer. They're going to go handier. Yeah. It's going to be perfect for the swooper, and the thunder will come and rain.
Yeah, I think I'm just about ready to sack on Thunderstruck. I think it's probably on its last chance this weekend.
Marto, do you understand? Marto, I have realised that I've got a unique name for you, and I think I need to share it. I need to share it nice and early.
What do you got?
You are the butt man.
The butt man.
Now, people will ask, why butt? Because every time we say something, you're very quick and say, but,
you and Tony.
I believe, but. No, he doesn't talk shit, so it's not about us, but.
No,
but.
Okay.
Oh, B-U-T.
B-U-T, not the B-U-double-T.
So we can throw something out there, but Marto will come in and throw something back at us.
Well, just offering up an opinion. That's all.
That's all. I don't have a problem with it, but you do it, and you're going to get that nickname.
Yeah, Spencer doesn't mind a deflection.
And Marto, there's nothing wrong with being a butt man. Let me tell you, because once upon a lifetime, I was a butt man too.
Yeah. Quick shout out to Sosie Bond, Tone's favourite horse.
Oh, how did he get a run?
Shouldn't be allowed. Allowed in there. Bloody thing should be in a can.
Should
be in a can.
People's vote gets them in.
I tell you what, the inevitable fair income. If you have time, go and watch its last 6 in Tassie. It is absolutely dynamic the way it lets down. So it is flying. So I know Tone and Taz might throw one out.
Very good New Zealand breeding.
But far out, it's never been in career better form anyway. It's absolutely destroying these horses over in Tassie. It's quite brilliant to watch the way it lets down. Now, of course, we go to Sydney second because we're all Victorian boys, except for Marto and the Tasmanian bloke. So a little bit like the Golden this year is one for the ages. I think you could probably follow. This is going to be a form race to follow for years to come because she's bloody open. So
it is.
Usually you have a favourite in the Golden Slipper that just destroys. They've won the Sires or they've won the Champagne, they won the Project. They're just flying. They're absolutely flying. And this year, holy shit, we're going to race.
As of this year, holy shit, have a look at Tone and Marto again.
Again?
No.
Have a look at your own
horse.
Seriously, are you guys getting out of bed talking to each other and saying, oh, that was inevitable. Oh, that was inevitable. Like a cylinder.
Oh, Tone, you just cruising along on the 6. You should have used the 12. Oh,
hey, what's going on there?
Hey, the V. Tone's got an old V12 there, 3 carburetor, only built once in a year. I think it was in the 60s. So, don't worry about that. In 1962, he's got an old, what do you call it? What do they used to call it? An Austin Healy or something. The old 3 carbs. Oh, sorry, Tone. Anyway,
sure. I don't even know what that is.
Me and Avril, me and Tommy Hanlon, we're on the same page. We sort of back the same horses too. So we're on Learning to Fly. Annabelle Nation hasn't done a thing wrong. Wasn't that impressive in its last start. Looked a bit plain, but did enough to win. I think Annabelle Nation, Tony, she's been given the pick. She's been given an open checkbook, Tone. A bit like you back in the day in Tasmania when you're going out to a nightclub. Holy shit, did you have money to burn? I reckon that she's going to win the next 3 slippers, not just this one. The next 3 was Learning to Fly. But if I was going to have a little sneaky each way up, Shinzo, the way it won last start, it didn't break the clock. Steel City was a lot better, but just to the eye, Tone, just to the eye, it won really well, like it was looking for the 1200. Oh, well, it was the 1200, but it just won really well. Shinzo. Ryan Moore comes over to ride it too from the UK.
Yes.
But
Very interesting.
I've got a futures bet on Learning the Fly. I'm waiting for that to win. So I reckon me and Avril are right on it, the skater boy, Tommy Anlin. Now, Mardo and Tone, how have you? Hang on. Has.
I know.
I know.
I'm telling you, I think I'm feeling left out.
No, I just look, I got to say, I was on Steel City until she drew the car park. And I'm just gone with Cylinder because it's come through the right lead-up races and Blue Diamond, and then winning again next start. And I mean, it's drawn gate 3 with the world's best jockey on. How can you miss?
Yeah. Can I just mention something, Tassie, just before you throw Mardo on?
Yes, absolutely.
Mardo's tip Cylinder here today, but please take a look at his old Pumpkins website because he'll definitely have something different for Saturday.
Oh, you can't be saying that. That's not fair.
That's not fair?
No, it's not fair. No, you can't say that even though it's true.
No, this tip's not changing. Look, to me, I think the danger is King's Gambit, but this tip's not changing.
Until Saturday morning.
Do you know what I like? Hang on, Mardo, show us your hands when you say that. Just go like that for us. Show us your hands. I just want to make sure you don't have your fingers crossed. Yeah. It's like, hang on, this tip's not changing. And then it's like, I had my fingers crossed. I lied.
No.
What have I changed tips?
I almost tipped Steel City, but because it's drawn the car park, that's what put me right off it. Cylinder's had 2 impressive wins, as have a lot of these other horses.
Isn't it just going to go to the front like it did last week? Isn't Steel City just going to go straight to the front?
I think so, especially from barrier 3.
Information is that they might even take the blinkers off it. So just let you know that they might even take the blinkers off. Unfortunately, I can't get it confirmed tonight, but there is discussion around it. It should go out to the front. It should go to the front lead. But you know what? If we're looking at form races and the way that Steel City won last week, Hugh Bowman is coming back to get on the Don. And the way the Don was held up in the Blue Diamond and just couldn't get through, and then when it did, I just think maybe is Don.
He's Don. It's interesting. Steel City ran about 3 lengths quicker than Shinzo last week, but I just like Shinzo each way, just because of just the way it won, the way it extended, like it was like pushed. It had a button to push. I'm a bit scared of Red Resistance because from 17, I think it's going to be her and Steel City. They're going to cross and look for that lead. And I think Red Resistance, that Waterhouse bot fly, geez, they're good, when they get to the front. And it's a cracker of a race. There's going to be pace. There's going to be no excuses.
Absolutely.
Looks like we're going to have a good track.
And Pezza, with pace, I'm a bit scared of Platinum Jubilee because it's run in the Magic Millions.
Yep.
I thought it looked like a type of horse that if there's pace, it could be the one coming over the top. So it's a beautiful race.
Yep.
I don't know whether Sydney's doing it better than Melbourne this week, but geez, I tell you what, we'll get a sore neck going left and right.
Oh, mate, she's a cracker, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a great day.
Absolutely cracker. So then, of course, we get into Mardo's meeting 2 veg. The man, he runs a good 2nd and 3rd. He actually does. Moonee Valley race number 9, number 1, Dunkel.
Yeah, going back down to Victoria again, Moonee Valley, Dunkel. Paddy Payne says there's only one jockey's riding this horse for me, and that's Harry Coffey. He's been on every single ride, and he's won 5 out of 6 of them.
Where's this horse from, Mardo? Do you know?
The horse, it's bred by Dundee, so he's actually going to get up into these middle distance races, and I think this one is a future Cup horse for later in the year. With Dundee, he's just got those big lungs and that big finish on him. Barrier 12 is not a problem because he slots in, runs midfield, and coming around the bend, Harry Coffey will just peel him out and go for home. Hopefully, he's got enough in him to get to the line first.
I like it.
Nice.
Harry Coffey, you don't lose anything with Harry Coffey. He destroys a Sunday or a midweek race. Don't worry about that. He can ride.
You can, and I guess if he was living closer to town, he'd probably ride a lot more because he's originally, where is he, from Swan Hill or something? Is he originally from up that way?
The farm. He's the kid with the cystic fibrosis, so he's
that's right.
Get the ride full time. He's got
You
time off
could
of his
breathe.
life.
Yeah. It's quite interesting that you're getting the price you are though, because geez, Christ, it's got the picket fence, and isn't it funny when they build the picket fences, you get a better price? It's quite interesting.
Yeah, but the picket fence, the last two come from Tasmanian races.
Right. We go.
So maybe that's why we're getting a price. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't set the prices, but I'm happy to take it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where I thought you were going to mention that it's been racing in Tassie, and it's quite interesting to see how it'll step up in the city track. And then, of course, we go to the great man himself. Hey?
You said keep it quick, so I did.
Here we go. And then I've actually looked at the pronunciation of this, Tassie. Give it a go.
Hey, this one here,
yeah.
Well, I would say it's queer, but it's not. It's Kiardi.
Beautiful, Kiardi. That's a beautiful. That's how you
pronounce it. Silent Y.
So there you go. So
What's
Kiardi is my go-to.
Silent Y.
Oh.
I didn't think of that, but maybe. But anyway, Kiardi. Look, this is going to push forward. I do like it. It maps to get the best run of the race. I think there's a couple.
A silent Y.
Yeah, he does. Well, that's okay. Anyway, I'll keep it really simple. Kiardi, last race at Morpheville, maps to get the sit just off the leaders.
Yep.
I think it works home. It's dropping in class. Ben Price is on, gets a little bit of a claim, comes into a race, ready to win, return to the winner's stall, get on. Now, one thing I will say, $5.50 today, tomorrow $4, probably a scratch in.
Probably
before you know it, I'm copying it off everyone again because I've backed a favourite. Notice how no FAV today.
Yeah.
But anyway, Kiardi, big chance for me. I like it. I think the one that's I think Langham's in the race, but I don't know. I think Langham's been up and about for a bit, and I just think this is more an up and coming type horse. Okay. So get on. Kiardi it is.
I'm very interested in the white silks. I wonder what the meaning is behind, because that usually the club colours are in the white, but it's pretty striking to see in a race. It's quite interesting.
I didn't look into that, but who knows? Maybe the whole of South Australia think it's a ghost.
I hope that it runs better than it did last start, because to me it was a shocker, and it was there to win.
Yeah, it was, and I'm prepared to forgive it.
I think if you mentioned it's dropping down in class.
Yeah, it's gone from a 70 to a 68, so it's only a small. Right. But you know what? Some horses don't necessarily get suited to certain tracks. And like when we look at last start, it was at Murray Bridge. It was the bigger track. Right. You know, being at Morpheville, a little bit tighter. I like that it's on the inside, because I think the inside's going to. I'm guessing and I'm hoping that the inside's going to be the place to be.
Marto, barrier 1,000 metres. What do you think?
I don't know how that runs at Morpheville.
Right. You wouldn't want to be at the valley, would you?
No, not at all. You say
no bet. No bet.
No bet.
But Morpheville, I'm not sure how that track
goes. Not if it was at the valley coming out of barrier 1. No. Barrier 1 at the valley. No.
All right. Now, the exciting news today, boys and girls, is that we're going to have we're so good at the quaddie, we're going to have a crack at not one, but two.
Oh, perfect. Let's send people broke twice.
Right.
Nice.
That really cost people money in the group, like our mate Woodsy.
Woodsy loves it. You know why?
Woodsy loves it. He does.
I'll tell you why Woodsy loves it. Because on a Saturday, he's there, he's having a bet, he's having a drink. Now, he loses the quaddie, but he keeps drinking. Before you know it, he's lost everything, but he's still drinking. Then when he goes home and he wakes up, he thinks, geez, I had a good day on the drink. He's forgotten that he's punted. So he's all excited.
Right, okay. Fair enough.
And Woodsy's also a Richmond supporter. So, Woodsy, I hope you get flogged tonight. Sorry.
Hey, Woodsy.
Don't worry, Woodsy. Woodsy will be right. Big game.
Another one. Okay. Ooh. Now, we're going to get rid of this soon, because we're sick of the ghosts. We're all about winning at Pulte, and we're sick of looking at the losers like, here he is, the captain. There's Woodsy. Jeffrey Dahmer, we're putting a line through him, because we don't promote serial killing on the group. The chieftain we love, we always promote the chief. We always promote Lukey. you know, but we're getting rid of him. Ash, 1 week.
Oh,
Well,
tragic, isn't it?
oh.
Legend.
Of course,
Jeez.
one of the dodgiest dealers up in Cairns there. And then we've got the boys, the twins, the superstars, the prayers we love. Still looking for a handball. And then we've got Tommy out. We're going to just keep it pretty simple next week. We're just going to show the skater boy because he's going to stay in. Don't worry about that. Now, we're going to Moonee Valley first because Mardo hates it when we talk about Melbourne over Sydney. So, bad luck, Mardo. The great man Taz, 1, 2, 8 and 15 in the first leg. The All-Star Mile, you've gone 4.
I've gone 4, but I've gone my pick's Thunder. Alligator Blood because I think it's a real big chance. She's a belter, Tommy. And I've actually thrown the French horse in first up, undefeated. It has worked well. And I think it's a smoky. So get on a French import.
I think Mike Moroney at the moment is flying the actual nerve not verb. If you didn't watch the New Zealand Cup
in New Zealand last week. Missed the start and run second, didn't it?
Anyway, did a ton of work to get there. Looked the winner with 150 to go. Pez is screaming because it's 750, but he just got nabbed on the line by one with a better run. Pez, here we go. Let's get into it. This is a great race. This is my girl. She's come over from WA. Pike in the saddle for Luciani, the brother of his mate. Oh, my Bella May. How exciting to see her in the big sticks. This is, of course, she's favourite. She jumps from barrier 12, but it doesn't matter because she likes it tough. My Bella. She's got a heart, unlike people from Tasmania and Sydney.
Pezzy, you've done amazing so far. I love it. So far, you've gone 14 minutes without a breath. Keep going.
1, 2, 3, and 12. Paris Dior, she's going to get a better race, and she was really unlucky last start. Absolutely nabbed on the line from an incredibly difficult barrier. My Bella May just wins because she's tough. Wee Nessie, Jesus Christ, she nearly got there again last week. Wee Nessie, and of course I've gone down to the Blue Butlers and Paracel. What a race!
These are your 4. They are your 4 horses that you have probably backed at some point in time of recent. Would it be fair to say that?
last month.
There you go. I said of recent. I didn't want to put a time frame, but I thought
Paris Dior last start. I've been on Wee Nessie for its 2 runs in. I tipped it as a Pez's push when it ran 8th. Paracel, I was on last start again. And, of course, my Bella May is my favourite horse.
Love. Yeah.
So
this race should be called the Pezza Handicap.
The Pezza Handicap.
Now,
it should be called the Pezza Handicap.
Quite interesting. The grease is down the bottom. We know how it's been boomed and specced, and it's actually, really, really tough fillies and mares race. So I don't think she's a chance, but you never know. But great race, good race. And then we've got Tommy Avril Levine. He's got a pretty tough sort of little race. He's gone the toppy in the one 356. He's gone to roughly a water deal. The Bennett Racing. He knows we love the Bennett Racing, Tommy. So he's thrown in that for his little speculator, and then he's got the other 3 in the market. So he's right there.
Amendable would have to be a chance on its run in that race with the 4, wouldn't it?
Yep.
Won't beat Dunkel.
Won't beat Dunkel. There you go.
Won't beat Dunkel. Come on.
And
then he's got the Tone Omen bet there in Japanese Emperor as well. So how can he lose?
Big chance. Blake Shin on board. Yeah.
So well done, Tommy. And then Tone, the great man, you finish us off 1, 3, 6, and 7.
Yes, unfortunately, I'm the anchor, and a lot of stress here in this week with 2 quaddies that I'm carrying the anchor, which is really a lot of stress and pressure. But I've come up with the 1, 3, 6, and 7. I don't know how you pronounce that top one, but one of Pez's favourite jockeys on board.
Coey.
Fantastic. Is that a drink in New Zealand?
I think it's a place.
Oh, is it? All right. British Columbia. Oh, yes. Last start, good. Only just got beat last start, didn't it? When it ran second. I think it's him with a big chance. Geordie Childs is on board. He could have a really massive day, or he could absolutely burn everybody's back pocket. Geordie Childs.
Gone to sleep. I think Taz has gone to
I haven't. No, I haven't. I was just thinking about British Columbia because its last win was when it rolled Pez's picker.
Yeah, thanks. mate.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Two starts back.
Yeah. I was just talking about British Columbia. It's come back really well. And Geordie Childs and Graham Begg, I think per pound, they've probably got the best strike rate going around non-Metro tracks. So if you're on a Pakenham on a Thursday night, you see Geordie and Begg, load up because they're a great combination at the moment.
It's a subsidiary to the Nolan Moody type combination, isn't it?
Yeah. When you see Begg and Childs, flying.
So what you say is when you're seeing a child beg.
Lake Ty, you've got Theo Nugent. He always knocks us out of fucking quaddies. And shut up, Pezza, for fuck's sake. You want me to talk or not? And Too Good for Torak. You remember the Torak times, Taz? You remember that one?
Too Good for Torak, so he's
Because
I do remember the Torak times.
So I'm finished now. That's it. They're my numbers. If we get it, we're bloody lucky because it's a really tough race.
That's Taz's, Taz, that's where you live, isn't it, Torak, Taz?
No. I've recently moved out of there. I've moved to Brighton.
Moved to Brighton.
I'm actually in Hampton. Let's not kid ourselves, all right?
It's going all right.
Yeah.
Winger.
The group
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. That's all right. Yeah. And the dog, can you hear the dog barking in the background? I'm sorry, fellas, but the daughter's boyfriend's over, and the dog's not too happy about it.
Well, you wouldn't have a dog in Brighton, would you?
No, we do in Hampton though.
Oh, right.
It's a miniature schnauzer, chugging.
And then we go. Here we go. We're going to Sydney. Yes, we're going to have two quaddies, Mutto. And Taz has got the big first leg. He's got the great horse. The course that should have two Cox plates in a row.
Absolutely, and I've thrown in Animo, but
You've thrown it in.
But I've thrown in one more just in case Animo does happen to fall over. So I've thrown in the Kiwi, Levant.
Yeah, right.
And if you're wondering why, it's a soft track. And now this horse has had 13 starts on a soft track for 11 wins and a placing. It will get out the back. And I just think if there's anything that's prepared to change the pattern of the racing, trying to unsettle Animo, if there's one that it might suit, it might be Levant. But really, Animo should just win.
Well,
I think you're right, mate. I do like Levante as a possible come over the top more than Notorious because of the wet track.
Yeah. It's been, is it going to be wet in Sydney?
Supposedly.
Yeah, it's currently soft,
It's going to be good. Oh, anyway.
Melbourne's going to be hot.
Melbourne's going to be hot. Anyway, I think Animo's put paid to all of these many a time, like Fangirl. Just looks to be about a length and a half below Animo's, probably 80% best. And so I think, it's not a bad idea throwing in the Kiwi. Good job. Now, Pez, I've got a few here, boys. We've talked about the slipper already. 5, 6, 7, 10, and 15. I've gone Red Resistance and Steel City to come across, and if they're strong enough to win, they'll last. So I think I've got the pace covered. And then I've got the big cylinder, Tone and Mardo, just sitting behind.
Absolutely.
Just waiting to peel out. Just waiting to peel out Tone or Mardo from behind. I'm not sure which one, but they're just waiting for Red Resistance.
I noticed you left out Don Corleone.
I know, that's what I mean. Again, I feel left out. Just, again, me on the outer.
And I've got learning
you've thrown me.
I think
got to.
She's got to, Annabelle Deschamps, I think I've already made the call. She's going to win the next 3 because the checkbook's open. And then I've gone Shinzo because I think just to the eye, Tone, just to the eye, the winner won last week. I really liked it. So we've got that covered.
So you've got.
Here we go. The boys are very upset now. They're Tone and Mardo.
Full of shit.
Is it MT? Is it MT? What do we take now? Tone.
Yeah, MT.
He's like MT. That's right, MT.
Empty.
Empty as in.
Say it fast enough.
Empty.
Yes, empty.
Perfect. Now, Mardo was quite funny because he was like, "It's not T and M." He's like, "It's MT." So Mardo's
it's
like,
MT.
I know.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Mardo's already told him.
Hey.
But isn't it quite funny that the true colours of these two great men? In our messenger group, they won't even look up to see what the other people have tipped. Hey.
Oh,
Too busy doing all
no.
the shit you expect us to do, like, you know,
Oh,
the
so-
extreme
Fair
pressure.
enough.
Oh,
You know, I
guilty.
don't. We're not
It's a
sitting on
very,
your
very
ass on the
busy
punt,
time of
eating
year.
pies,
I
you
mean-
know, drinking rum and cokes all night and driving around in the car prior to that, talking to everyone on the phone. You know,
Gee.
anyway, so just to back up,
Pez,
we're going 1 and
Yeah,
7. We've
Pezzo.
got the Kiwi horse and the big Animo, the big A, the big Animo. And then Pez has got 5,
Yep.
6, 7, and 10. There's nothing to see here, Taz. I'm not sure what you're talking
yeah,
about.
no, there is, because I want to just say something.
Okay.
All right. It was Team TNT. I've been sort of left out because the two boys have become
MT.
MT. Right? Now, you've got an opportunity because you've taken 5 horses
Yes.
and you've taken MT's horses.
Yep.
You've also taken your own.
Yep.
You've also taken Tommy's.
Yep.
And then you've gone out and found some more.
Yeah.
And you still haven't included me.
No.
It shows
So-
how he rates it, doesn't it?
So not only do you try to throw me under a bus, reverse over the top of me, back and forth, you're also throwing me out in the garbage.
In my quaddy,
I feel.
in my quaddy, I might have the 4 in there.
I tell you what, you better, because I tell you what, Pezza, seriously, with 5 in it, if the 4 gets up, you know how much shit you're going to cop next week.
Well, as I told you, the 6 and the 15 should lead. So they're going to be strong there. And then if they're not strong enough, I think learning the fly is going to be stalking. And then if they're not strong enough, I think Shinzo might come over the top because of the way it extended last week. So,
But you've neglected one thing, the biggest factor in all of this you've neglected.
oh yeah,
Hugh Bowman.
Hugh Bowman's
Flying.
in Hong Kong.
Flying.
Don't worry about that.
That's all.
What about Kevin? What about Teaton last night? What's his name? Kieran Teaton or something?
Caris Teaton.
Karis Teaton. Jeez, he rode. What did he ride? 5, 4, 5. Far,
Yeah.
Tommy
Birthday.
Abril, the great man. I think he's got it covered. I think Uncommon James is a great winner last start. As we know, Pez didn't have it in his quaddy league. Well done, Pez. You fucking idiot. Joey Pride's absolutely on fire on the toppy. You got Muddy Me, one of our favourite horses at Tyler Schiller in the cellar. And
I love the 8.
yeah, I think he's got it. I think he's not bad. And you might be missing.
I think he
one
might
there,
have it
Tony,
too. Is in the Congo in this, or is it scratched?
but- No, it's in the Congo's in it.
So it was
No,
scratched from
he-
another race, is that right?
It's scratched. It's scratched. It's scratched.
Is it really?
It is
It's
out,
scratched
is
this
it?
morning. Yeah, it's scratched this morning.
Something I thought I saw. So there you go.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, hang on a sec. Are you sure?
Yeah,
It was
it's
still
scratched.
there
at
when
9
I
o'clock
was
this morning.
mucking around with it.
I don't know if it was a dual acceptor and it was scratched from this race, but I saw it
Oh,
scratched
it
from
is.
a
It
race.
is scratched too. It is scratched. You're right.
Hmm.
Yep, you're right. No, sorry. In the Congo, it's scratched. You're right.
So I'll probably have to throw another one in there.
All
That's
right.
all right.
There is no other one. In the Congo wasn't selected, was it?
No, he didn't. He
What was the
didn't.
number?
Oh, he didn't have
No.
it in there at all.
No.
No, one too late. Whatever.
Tom, you must have known it.
Mm.
He knew. He knew. He left
So
out
There you go.
Shades of Rose though.
Tommy's got
Shades of
one,
Rose.
Sorry?
first.
8 and
Interesting.
11. Shades of Road first
Mm.
up. It's been absolutely flying on the trial track.
Yeah.
I followed the Kiwi Swede a bit on his social media, and he's pretty pumped up about Shades of Rose and what horse it could be coming
Yeah.
back as.
Do you like the beige outfits that he wears? Is that what it is?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
The off-white.
He's meant- I love the way I love the way he watches his races. It's a fair dinkum copycat of me, I tell you. Jeez, he barracks.
What, with a beer?
Oh,
And a
mate,
bourbon.
have you seen him? He's fucking
Just
mental.
up and about. Yeah, he's crazy.
He's
Good on
right.
him.
He's in
Good on
like
him.
the winners bar with a group of owners, and he's fucking at the TV, just going off. It's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah, good on him.
Yeah.
Good on him. You want that, though.
And the biggest wanker of all, Tone, the anchor.
The
3, 4, 6, and 14. Tough race.
horrible way to finish it. Another stressful race. I've left out Mardo's Sky Command.
Yeah, Mardo's
Wow.
ruined that.
I've put in
No.
the second horse with McDonald on it, so I've got a bit of Barney's old man's system working there. I've
Right.
Damien Lane, he's on this Larkspur run. I've
Mm.
you know
Ooh. That's one of
he's up
Pez's.
there for a reason, obviously.
Yeah.
I can't see the others because
Sorry, mate. I'm having technical difficulties here. Here we go.
Where's you guys have completely disregarded anything I've said or done over the last God knows what.
Hypothetical.
Because again,
I'm
Tone,
going to say
you've thrown out my You're
Oh,
throwing out my written beauty as well, Tone. You didn't even
Yeah.
rate my written beauty.
I've jumped on Abdul the Butcher. He's on Jump the Broom. I've had enough of written beauty. It's an absolute.
Just take the side. I'm going to carry on.
I'm done with it, Taz, and it'll probably win because I haven't put it in. And I've thrown in hypothetical Tyler Schiller. It's his last chance to do something respectable. So, yeah, I'm sticking with Tyler. Written beauty. I've had enough. Jump the Broom. Abdul the
It has been
Butcher's
costly.
chance.
It has been. Tone, I reckon.
Up there for a reason. And
Tone, I reckon, seriously, Tone, I reckon even with Animo winning the first leg, there's value in the next 3 legs. So,
Yep.
then I reckon the quaddie should still pay okay, let alone if Animo gets beat. But if Animo wins, I still reckon there'll be value in it.
Yeah.
There will be. There will be. There'll be a lot
Do
of
you
money
guys
in that
agree?
pool.
Yeah,
And,
I'm just
Tone-
scared. I'm just scared about the 12 a little bit because Tone's got the first 2 Blue Battlers in Zapateo and Larkspur Run, and he's left out Catalan. And you know what happens when you leave out the third one? That
Yeah,
usually
but look where
wins.
it's coming from.
Yeah, but
Look where it's
Larkspur
jumping from.
Run too is coming from the bloody car park as well. But it's amazing how many times that the worst priced Blue Battler wins, and the runs that are in the market sort of don't. It's amazing, especially in the last race.
Will be interesting race.
Absolutely.
He's thrown Regan Bayless off of Sky Command and he's put Timmy Clark on. That says with this time we're going forward.
Yes.
He's not going to muck around from the back this time. Screwed it up last time. This time he's going forward and he's drawn 7. So,
yep.
Well, I think it's dangerous to leave it out.
Yep. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on. We've got plenty to talk about. Tone, the titanium. What do we got, big boy?
We haven't got anything now. No, no, we haven't. It's out.
No, we haven't. This is perfect, Tone. This is absolutely perfect because your best winners of recent have been after a scratching. So this is perfect. This is scripted perfectly and double figure odds.
Jeez,
I look forward to seeing.
I didn't. When I made the slide today, it was still there, so it must have been just scratch. You boys are all over it.
I didn't.
Yeah,
see.
Sorry, Pezza. Sorry that I had a day of work and I was still able to be up to date on this whilst you're sinking beers, having a bet, kicking back, having rums, driving around, as Tone said, and you still can't get it right, huh?
Yeah.
Good job. Good job, I have. Good job.
Yeah. In the Congo, Tone, any chance?
It's great.
All right.
So obviously, they're saving it for something.
All right. So big news: the 62 subscribers and the 4 of you that watch it, not including us 4, the 8 of us. We'll update that as soon as we can because the great man wanted to find a new titanium. Yep. And the last time he did that, of course, was Claim the Crown that got up at 34 skins. So well done, big boy.
Amazing.
Now, Pezza, Mardo, I don't like Queensland because, the way they run, Melbourne run anti-clockwise and then Sydney run clockwise. We all know in Queensland they run crooked.
Yes.
So I'm not going to go to Adelaide because I'm really good at Adelaide. I'm really good. But, the Greek freak, he gets a bit upset when you go to Adelaide.
I know. That's so wrong. I don't. You can bet anywhere you want. Oh. Okay. You can take $1.08 in any course in Australia. It does not bother me. And if you're lucky, you get a boost. You get $1.25. I don't mind. And you can tell us to multi them up.
Pezza, okay. I've already put a line through Randwick Kensington. I'm never betting at Randwick Kensington again until I put a line through it
next
2 weeks ago on the Pickers, and I got 6 out of 7. But anyway.
Hit us up, Pezza.
Pezza, here we go. We're off to Ascot, boys. We're off to Ascot. We're out wet. That's what Tone, his favourite song from the Pet Shop Boys. Go west. Life is peaceful there. Go west. I like models underwear. Go west.
Come on, I'm going to go cut a cake.
Okay, so Ascot Race 2, number 6, Beat the Bro. 5 skins, absolute tragedy beaten last start. No problem at all. Taz, you good to go?
I do. I'm going to talk about Beat the Bro very quickly.
Okay.
Because all I want to say is that I consider you guys like brothers, and at times, I want to beat the shit out of you all. So I reckon it's a good chance to win.
Yeah, we got a huge plus in this race, Tassie. We got Brad Parnham on who everybody
Glad
knows
to
I'm a
know.
massive fan of at the moment. And we got 1,600 meters. We ran 1,400. We never got a crack. We should have won. We didn't. Gets the extra 200 meters. It's only a field of 7, Taz. I've just got to beat 6. Mountain Ash is the hot pot. As a horse, ridden by Chris, trained by Dad.
Yep.
And don't worry, because that's going to blow up with around the 1450, and Beat the Bros is going to storm over the top, and Pez is going to go, yo, BOT, Brady, beautiful ride, beautiful set. I like it.
I do too. I do have to apologise.
Right.
I do really have to apologise. So firstly, I just want to thank the three of you for accommodating me in having this show done earlier. It's my daughter's 18th birthday. You guys know I'm going out for dinner.
Hey.
So it's a big day. We're just going to cut a cake now, and then we're off to dinner. We're going to Mr. Miyagi.
Perfect.
It's nice to see Carlton beat Richmond there as well. I'm going to sign off. I'm going to wish everyone good. If you're throwing me under a bus from this point on, just let me know in the comments what time to start watching it from.
Yeah.
Because that's all I want to see, how much shit you put on me and how many knives you stick in my back.
Yeah.
Well done. Awesome. Thank you. Shouldn't happen again. Only have one 18-year-old daughter once in a lifetime.
Right.
So thank you,
That's-
but I do have to go.
Taz, can you see this?
I'm looking. Oh, yeah. Love it. Oh, the flag.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
Cripsy with the cup. And it was
Premiership Cup.
funniest video I've ever seen.
you know what it is? It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's going to happen. All right? And
All right,
then it
mate.
won't be funny. All right.
Happy birthday.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
See you, mate.
Bye.
Yep.
Bye, boys. Bye.
Okay.
Oh, boys.
Anyway, I was just thinking we're going to talk a little bit about the footy before we go. Round 1, so exciting. Of course, Carlton and the Tigers kick us off tonight. 90,000 at the G. It's a sellout, Tone.
Absolutely. Yeah, it'll be a top game. I think we'll get a few of the new boys in, and Carlton's got they'll be hard to beat. They always are. Like, a lot of Richmond supporters think we're going to flog them, but Jesus, Melbourne cleaned us up pretty well in the practice matches, and Carlton's no pushover. They've got a reasonable side, I think. So I hope we win, of course.
They're missing a heap, Tone, to tell you the truth.
Are they?
If you have a look at the Carlton side, you'd probably really... They're missing a bit of their engine room, big boy.
Well, I mean, as much as we bag them, it was a great match last year. It came down to the last couple of kicks, didn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
the last quarter they kicked away the Blues, which was surprising.
They did smash.
I just wanted to sell Taz Cornsy's tip Carlton a bit, Richard. What a flog he is. I don't know which was a bigger flog, Kane Corns or Taz. I'm not sure, but they're fucking rivaling each other. I tell you the amount of shit they spew out. But I just think it's a crack of a game, actually. It's really even, and it's going to be interesting to see, Tone, because you had a bit of a midfield deficiency last year, and you've just got in 2 bulls from GWS.
We have, and hopefully fill the void, and be interested to see how they all fit into the team, won't it?
Yeah. I think it always comes down to the big thing with the Tigers. Does Dusty want to play today?
Well, if Dusty's on fire, he lifts the team, doesn't he? Like,
Jeez.
he's
Does
on
he want to
fire.
play? That's what I mean. That does he? Is his heart and mind and soul? Isn't it? If he looks a bit bored, a bit lackadaisical, I don't know. But it's going to be interesting because Carlton have got the sort of the 2 big forwards in Kerno and Mackay, and Tigers are pretty good in the middle. I think you improved out of sight in the guts. The Cats Pies tomorrow. Any thoughts?
Yeah, MCG, they've just put in new wheelchair access. It's not for the supporters, it's for the players to get on the field.
The oldest list in the league to ever win a grand final, supposedly. The oldest list in the league.
They just keep performing.
Yeah.
They won't roll over.
It's going to be a cracker game, cracker.
Yeah.
And it'll be interesting to see Joel Selwood-less Cats up against the young and upcoming Pies with a young captain in Darcy Moore, who's an absolute lunatic. And then, of course, the blockbuster of the round. Probably 17 people will be there. North, we get a shitty time, of course, on a Saturday traditional slot against the West Coast Eagles, the wooden spoon favourite, some might say, but I think Hawthorn might get us there. But anyway, it'd be great to see Clarko back.
Yeah,
And, it'd be great to see
No,
North with no system
Yeah.
since Brad Scott actually, and Brad Scott's system was fucking shit. It'd be interesting to see what Clarko is going to try to introduce.
That's what I was going to say. I'm looking forward to see what Clarko brings to your side.
Mm.
I mean, these are two sides that need to live from last year.
Mm.
North were underperforming under Brad Scott.
Mm.
West Coast Eagle, they were horrific with injuries last year, so they've never got a full side on the field until the end of the year. Their talent. So, I mean, these two sides we really want to see improve this year.
It's funny the Eagles have really backed in the guys that got them the grand final win in 18. Like they've got behind Sheed and you know Shuey and Nick Nat and Yow's out again with a calf or something supposedly, but they've thrown the support behind the veterans still, thinking that they've got this pace. But geez, I don't know. I think they're starting to shit on Simo actually, and might be in a bit of trouble at the end of the year, Adam. Great game. Port Adelaide and Lions. Awesome.
Well, big clash. Always a big clash.
Yeah. Huge.
Yes, there's a bit there that goes on between these two sides.
They hate each other.
Hate each other.
I wouldn't like to tip the winner of this.
Kenny Hinkley, does he get Port Adelaide off to a flyer because the Lions absolutely touched up the ageless Cats in their last practice match, and Brisbane are now favourites to win the flag.
Not again.
$3.25 favourites.
Yeah.
Then we've got another great game again. The D's and the Bullies.
D's and Doggies. D's on the way down, Dogs on the way back up.
It'd be interesting to see how
meet in the middle.
Grundy, Brodie Grundy and Big Gorn in the same team. How will that work with Big Benny Brown? Will the D's be too top heavy? Great to see Lockie Hunter get a game. Ex-Bulldogs, had a few personal issues last year. I hope he comes out and he brains the Bullies because, geez, he can find the footy. And then, of course, Mardo's game of the round on Saturday night.
Yeah, Gold Coast Swannies on Saturday night. No matter where these two are on the ladder, it's always a close game. I mean, the Swannies always tie it up and make it a close game usually anyway. But, Gold Coast Sydney specifically, more so than GWS and Swans. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
and then probably no one's going to watch a bit like North and West Coast, but GWS Crows, holy shit, that's not going to hold much thought for any of us.
No interest myself.
Yeah, me too. Zero.
No.
It's going to be interesting to see, I suppose, GWS without Tim Taranto and Jacob Hopper. How does their midfield stack up? Because they put a lot of faith in their first-year mids from last year, which will be second year. Thanks, Pez. Hawks Bombers, traditional game, drawing line in the sand. Be interested to see how Mitchell goes up against Brad Scott's underperforming Bombardiers. See how we go. Interesting.
Should be about the forgotten. There they are. You've got bloody Hawthorn there. You know, the plummeting Hawks up against the Injectors. What a horrible game that is.
Yeah,
they're both putrid.
I'm interested in the crowd, like how many Essendon supporters will jump on because they jump on regardless. And it's interesting to see that Sam Mitchell sort of said already that he's in a slow rebuild. So interesting to see because I reckon it's going to be a nil-all draw.
Classic game that could go like that, isn't it?
And then St Kilda. Oh my God! Whoever's running the health department at St Kilda, fucking hell! They must be throwing the fucking like the old meth clinic or something fucking on bloody Fitzroy Road there. I don't know what they're doing, mate. But St Kilda have basically got 15 out.
Yes, they do. Good luck.
Good luck against Dockers, who are absolutely flying. So
again,
it'd be great to see Flag Mantle, as we call them on the internet. They reckon Nathan Fyfe is their saviour in the forward 50 if he can stay fit. With young Lukey Jackson from the D's, just strengthen him up around the ground with big Sean Darcy. But you would think the Dockers, if they're fair income, they're going to touch St Kilda up.
Absolutely. With 15 players out and you're a full-strength Docker side who's up and about, I mean, if you're not winning by 6 or more, you're not in the game.
I think St Kilda got the most debutants maybe. They might be having 4 to 5, where I think other teams have got 4. I think North have got a couple. The D's have got 4, but, 2 of them are Hunter and Grundy. So that's not really, I suppose they're debutants in a way, but they're very experienced AFL footballers. But cracker of a round of footy. Every game has merit. Interesting to see what happens after round one.
Especially as you know, in the early rounds, there's always upsets. There are always upsets. Teams that you think are going to get flogged and they end up winning.
Tone, you're a Tiger man. Can you give us a wild prediction for the Tigers this year, just to make all your Tiger faithful or all your Tiger flogs happy?
Where are you going to finish?
Well, that all depends. The key word is injuries. Provided we don't get any major injuries.
Get off the fence.
Get off the fence, Oliver.
He said it. Top 4.
Clean your fucking ears out, you spastics.
Yeah.
Top 4. Finish
Good
in
on
the
you.
top 4.
Holy shit.
Tone's up
It's going to be very, very a lot closer than what people think this year.
Tone's off the fence.
Top 4.
Top 4.
Absolutely.
Are you going to win it?
I've already got my money on.
Oh.
And I'll be loading up more as the season continues on.
Shit.
Hey?
Good on you, son.
Taranto and Big Jacob. Yeah.
I'm on.
Well, you'd reckon
with the big donks.
Big Tommy Lynch would be ready to destroy, you'd reckon.
Oh, Big Tommy. And if Dusty's there to play and we get a little bit of help from Rewalt and Cotchin, we've got Baker running around there and doing a bit. Oh, it could be massive, but yeah.
I think the key is the little Greek guy or the little woggy guy, Dylan Prestia, if he can stand up in the guts. Geez, you look a better team when he's running about. And I suppose with Koch going around in his sayonara year, Rewalt going around in his sayonara, you never know. The Richmond eyes might be smiling. You might be right, Tone. If Taranto and Hopper can bring a bit of grunt to the middle, which I'm sure they will, everything else looks pretty good.
Yeah, if Prestia stays fit, that's one of the big keys, I think.
And does Dusty want to play?
Yes.
Marto, Swans, you want to make a wild prediction? Because I thought you got there a bit early last year in grand final. Because
we did exactly 100%. We got there early. Wasn't a lot expected of us last year, but the young kids stood up, and I thought, okay, we're going to go and finish top 8 instead of 10th, where I thought we might have. And we ended up top 4 and playing off in the finals. So it was a big year last year. Everybody exceeded expectations. But I mean, we mentioned it last week, but all the Dream Team players definitely have Errol Goulden in your side. He's going to have a breakout year this year. His pre-season's been massive, and he's just going to be. He's got a license this year. Horse is going to let him go, and get lots of ball.
I think I'm going to have a little dabble on Chetty Warner for Brownlow too, because I think he's got a little bit of Chris Judd, a bit of AKA Taz written all over him. 3 votes.
That's a big call.
He's a gun. He's an absolute jet. He was their best player by the length of the Flemington Straight in the grand final. The only bloke that sort of had a crack for the whole game. He never gave up. Felt sorry for the bugger. So I think he's an absolute jet. So, but the way the development of the Swans, Tone, holy shit. They get these kids in and we've got no name, no ability, and all of a sudden they play like Chad Warner. Crazy.
Yes, they're doing it all right up there in Sydney. They've got a really good fitness campaign or whatever they've got there. It's great.
Their development academy is
yes.
Wow.
Academy,
and of course, North, I'll make a big prediction. We're going to win 8 games this year. 8. We're going to go from 2 to 8. Clarko's going to
need 12 to get in. So you need 12 to get into the 8.
We're not going to make. We're going to be just outside the 8. We're going to win 8 games. We're going to go from 2 to 8.
That's sort of puts you around the 11th or 12th spot, doesn't it?
Yeah. No, that's all we need this year because we're just growing.
Yeah, we get off the bottom.
Who gets the spoon?
Get up there.
I think Hawthorn I think Hawthorn have already admitted it, Tone.
Great. That's fantastic.
Sammy Mitchell, seriously, Tone, Sammy Mitchell's come out and said, I'm going to go a slow build. I don't think there's any quick fix. So
no, they're well and truly past it. They're the pensioners at the moment, and that's it. It'd be great to see them on the bottom.
But it'd be interesting to see how St Kilda go with the injuries with Ross the boss back and Brad Scott, the new Essendon. So Jesus Christ, I don't know. I think
it could be a 3-way go for the spoon, couldn't it?
Do the veterans come back from West Coast? Do they actually step up and be fit? I don't know. Jeez. But no, Clarko's system, he's going to get us a win in those closer games because we're going to have a system and we're going to have belief. So I reckon we're going to have 8 wins. So I don't know.
Well, Clarko always brings a plan and structure to the table. So
That's right.
Big chance, mate. Big chance, I think.
So it'd be interesting to see how we go. The AFL is back and it's bloody beautiful.
It is. It is.
So we've got the rugby
Can't
been
wait.
going now for 3 weeks, right? A month. They've got the kickstart on us, but the AFL's back tonight, and Tone and Tassie will be all up and about. It's quite funny that Taz is going to be at his daughter's birthday. He's going to have the bloody phone under the table, or he's going to be like, yes, and his daughter's like, what's that? Dad? Oh, yeah, the
I'm
cake.
so happy you're 18.
Oh, you're 18. Wow. I wonder who's number 18. Who's number 18 for the flogs for Carlton? Do you know?
Oh, no idea.
I'm going to check it. For Carlton, who's not? Who's I know that stuff.
Oh, so you'll be watching the game tonight, Tone?
No.
No.
Oh no, I'll probably find. I haven't registered for the for the site. It's so bloody expensive. I'll probably have a look and find a dodgy site, one of those Russian sites or something on there, and watch the game on a small TV. But
Taz is going to be so angry with me. Their best player is number 18. He's not playing tonight.
Who's that?
Sammy Walsh.
Oh no. Sammy's out.
If Sammy's getting a lot of the pill, he could be like going 18 again. Wow, 18. But there's no Sammy tonight, so Taz is really screwed.
He missed the first 3 last year too, didn't he?
Yeah, well, that's why I think Richmond, with the new engine and the forward line and the back line that they sort of have, I reckon without Sammy Walsh is a huge loss. Like Sarah. Adam Serra's really got to step up tonight in the absence of Sammy Walsh.
Yeah, you're right.
But interesting to see how what's his name, Taranto and Jake Hopper look in the yellow and black. It'd be interesting to see.
Yes, exactly.
Because it looks like Hardwick's throwing the dice at another flag, isn't he? Before Koch and Rewalt retire,
He's
going all in.
Yep. He wants to get him one more. And
we go. Tone, huge weekend of racing. It doesn't get any better for punters. The All-Star Mile at the Valley, okay, but Golden Slipper Day, one of the best days.
Oh, love Golden Slipper Day.
Yep.
Golden Slipper, George, Ryder, among others in Sydney. Sydney just does it better.
Of course,
great
you got the lead up
there,
for the
Marto.
Sydney
Great
Cup.
race.
Of course, you got the lead up for the Sydney Cup in race 2 or 3, and they got everything. Of course, Gold Trip's up in Sydney too.
The bastard played a early bet on the Australia Cup for Gold Trip, and they've thrown him in this weekend instead. He's pulled out of the Australia Cup.
He's in the Randvitt. Sorry, the Randvitt. Randvitt Stakes. I know there's a lot of Randvitts, but he's in it. Another one, so the big one. So interesting to see how he runs. I can't believe the price he's this. He's $4 favourite. Jesus Christ. Anyway, yeah, you'd think Moanga last start was pretty good, but geez, Gold Trip. Anyway, interesting to see how he goes on the other leg. Great day of racing. Footy's back. Taz is celebrating his beautiful daughter's birthday with his beautiful family, and I just don't know who's going to pay the bill. Like Taz, obviously, is not. I'm pretty sure his missus is a bit like Taz, as in the wallet doesn't open. Was he going to get the boyfriend to pay?
That's what the old man used to tell me when he was young. They put the chairs across the doorway and just run down the street. Leave the bill behind.
Oh, mate. So be interesting to see who's going to pay up tonight at Mr. Miyagi. Boys, thanks very much for coming on. It's been awesome.
Yeah.
A bit early, I'll get this up as quick as we can. Go Tigers and go the Blues tonight.
Yep.
And
good game of AFL, and then when that's finished, Cheltenham Carnival continues.
Cheltenham.
Cheltenham.
Game 2 and 2 are up. Mardo's got his
Yeah,
tips up on the Punt Kings, www.puntkings.com.
Thank you.
Go find a bit of action there. And if not, put a line through it. And everybody be safe, be happy, be healthy, and hooroo! And
See you later, boys.
join in the chorus.
Yep.
Hearts to join in the
Yeah,
chorus.
forgot the words.
Yeah, I was going to go hearts to hearts and hands to hands. Beneath the blue and white we stand. We shall not. And our theme song is so long. So anyway, let's go, boys.
you'll get
Have a
to
great
see
weekend. See you,
Yep.
boys. And Mardo and Tone, please,
Yes.
in the future, take a look at who's tipped what, because it's just really, really fucking gay. It seriously
But
is.
what if they win?
Hey?
What if they both win?
I've got
Everybody
double on already.
tips what they like. What they
You get
like. I
24
tipped
into
mine
$5,
because
that's
all
right.
the
I've already
Tassie
got the
connection.
little place into the wind, so don't worry about that.
Good
Even
on
that's going to play all right. All right, boys.
Looking forward to see how they go
All right.
anyway.
Put a line through it.
Good on you
Hooray!
guys.
We're going to Taz you.
Have a
Fuck
good
it.
weekend.